As my awakening continued, I realized that transformation does not happen by accident. It grows through practice, through consistency, through creating space for the soul to speak. I discovered that spiritual practices became anchors in my life. They helped me stay connected, even when life felt uncertain. The first practice that changed everything was meditation. In the beginning, my mind was full of noise, thoughts, worries, fears, distractions. Finding stillness felt impossible. But meditation taught me something powerful. Peace was not something I needed to create, it was already within me. I simply had to become quiet enough to hear it by sitting in silence and focusing on my breath. I began reconnecting with a deeper part of myself, a part that had always been there, waiting patiently beneath the noise. Another practice that transformed me was journaling. Writing became a conversation with my soul, a place where I could express my thoughts, explore my emotions, and understand myself more deeply. Some days I wrote about my fears. Some days I wrote about my dreams, and some days I simply wrote to listen. Through journaling, I began seeing patterns in my life, lessons I would have otherwise missed, and signs that I was growing. I also discovered the power of rituals, simple moments that brought intention into my day. Lighting a candle, sitting quietly before sunrise expressing gratitude, setting intentions. These small actions reminded me that every day was sacred. Nature became another teacher whenever life felt overwhelming. I found peace outside, the sound of birds, the movement of trees, the rhythm of the wind. Nature reminded me that growth is natural, that everything unfolds in its own season. Just as the earth follows its cycles, so does the soul. Prayer and affirmations also became important parts of my journey. Prayer helped me speak to the divine. Affirmations helped me speak to myself. Together, they strengthened my faith and reminded me that my words carry power. Over time, I learned that spiritual growth is not built on one powerful moment. It is built on small daily practices, repeated with love, repeated with intention, repeated with trust. Create your own spiritual practice. You do not need a perfect routine. You simply need consistency. Start small. 5 minutes of meditation, a few lines in a journal, a quiet walk, a simple prayer. Choose practices that resonate with you and allow them to grow naturally. The more consistently you return to them, the deeper your connection becomes.
One of the hardest lessons of awakening was learning how to stay grounded when life felt uncertain. The spiritual path is not always clear. Sometimes there is clarity. Sometimes there is confusion. Sometimes there is movement. Sometimes there is waiting. There were moments when I felt completely lost, moments when I questioned everything, moments when I wondered if I was on the right path. But I began to realize something important. Uncertainty is not a sign that you are lost. Sometimes uncertainty is a sign that you are growing. We often want life to make sense immediately. We want answers. We want guarantees. We want certainty. But awakening teaches a different lesson. It teaches trust. It teaches surrender. It teaches faith. The more I embraced uncertainty, the more peace I found, because I stopped demanding answers from life and started experiencing life. I learned that being grounded does not mean knowing everything. It means remaining connected to yourself. Even when you do not know what comes next, and when I finally accepted that, the unknown no longer felt threatening. It became part of the journey, a sacred part of the journey. Every spiritual practice, every moment of stillness, every prayer, every journal entry, every walk in nature was leading me back to myself, and in that connection, I discovered something beautiful. The answers I had been searching for had been within me all along.